Hey everyone, welcome back for part 2 of my In the Bag for the 2020-2021 off-season. This video is going to be on my fairway drivers and my distance drivers. As a reminder, I throw all trilogy, so it's everything from dynamic disc, west side disc, and latitude 64. With that, I appreciate everybody who watched part 1. If you haven't seen that, I'll put a link in the description. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start out with my most understable fairways. I throw a Lucid X Maverick that I use for in the woods tunnel shots, hyzer flips. I can stretch this thing to maybe 380-ish. If I need something to really turn over and finish to the right, I'm going to throw this. Very reliable. Actually, one of my favorite discs in my bag. The next step up, I actually like these things as a longer Maverick. Is the DD Vandal. This one's the Trilogy Challenge version, and then I have a Match Play Lucid X version. This is quite a bit more stable than the Trilogy Challenge one. To be honest, this thing doesn't get pulled out of my bag too often unless there's like a light tailwind where I think I can really get where I need a little extra turn out of a disc, but this thing's going to give me too much. But that's the DD Vandal. Next is the Latitude 64 Explorer. I actually carry two in the Opto X plastic. This one, as you can see, is an Emerson Keith Tour Series, and this is a Chameleon that I got from a Whiffs tourney last year. This has been in my bag for a little while. It's pretty... this one's been in my bag for a while. It's starting to be pretty straight with some reliable fade. This one is pretty overstable. I actually took out a Fusion Felon and replaced it with this for this off season because I think this might be a touch more reliable in that spot where I need something to go out straight and fade a little harder at the end. Next are two new discs that I used to throw, but I put Felons in my bag and I really liked them. But I'm going to come back to these this off season to see if maybe they fit my game a little better. And it's the Latitude 64 Opto Triple X. I have two of them. This one's a little heavier, maybe by 5 grams. I haven't been able to notice any stability differences in 5 grams. I wouldn't imagine that you would in most discs, but these things are meat hooks. They are my go-to forehand discs as of now for that, like 280 to 300 if I can get a disc 300 feet on a forehand, but very reliably overstable. Again, Latitude 64 Triple X's. Next is the meat of my distance drivers. I throw dynamic disc Trespasses. This is a Lucid Trespass. I have a first run Trespass. This is my least stable Trespass. This thing will flip up and turn over and have a little bit of fade at the end. This is a disc that I am not throwing in the wind very often. The first run is a hair more stable than the Lucid. I still probably wouldn't throw it in the wind, but I'm going to get a more reliable fade out of this one compared to the normal Lucid. I'm throwing these things 400 feet, 425 max, which is about all I got. So these are my reliable. Now, a step up in stability is the Lucid X Trespass. This is a whiff stamp from here in Indiana, and then I have a Hybrid X Trespass that this thing is just a hair more stable. Well, I feel like I get a touch less turn out of this, but the same amount of fade, and then this thing I can throw in the wind and get a normal Lucid Trespass flight, but without the headwind, I'm getting very straight with reliable fade, almost like my Explorers, just in a distance driver distance. I'm still throwing these things about 400 feet. But those are my workhorse discs, the DD Trespass. Next is a step up in stability. This is a pretty new Biofusion Defender. I put it in the bag. I actually put this one in the bag because I threw the last one I bought in the lake at Pride's Creek. But this I anticipate to beat in and be just a hair more stable than the Lucid X Trespasses that I have. And then this is a Lucid Defender with a I think pretty sweet hand-eye stamp. But these are my overstable drivers that I'm gonna throw 385 to 400 feet. These are my headwind discs. I throw them on forehands. You know, that 300-foot forehand mark that I'm trying to get to, these are the discs that potentially get me there. Maybe a little further. Don't have a great forehand, but still working on it. So that's the Dynamic Disc Defender. And lastly, I bag a Westside Disc Warhorse just for... I really use this disc if I need something to skip to the left, or if I am worried that I'm gonna shank a forehand and just need something to finish to the right. I can throw this thing maybe 375, but if I really want something to skip to the left, this is the disc that I'm reaching for. But yeah, and that really concludes my in the bag. We went pretty quick through the Fairways and the Distance Drivers, but once again, like and subscribe the video. Please leave comments. I am really interested in what people would like to see. I have been out this week. I can't really do anything on the course wise for maybe another week, but I'm looking to put more videos out and more content to help you guys. I think I'm going to try to put out some sort of fitness-based video in the next week or so. Maybe just a quick little exercise that I think you guys might enjoy trying, that doesn't take a whole lot of equipment to get done, and I personally think it could potentially help your disc golf game in a major way. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.